The damaged Fukushima reactors leaking coolant after last week's massive 7.3 magnitude earthquake that took place off Fukushima at a very shallow area. And of course, thank goodness we didn't have a tsunami, according to USGS. Now, the damaged Fukushima nuclear reactors leaked coolant after the last weekend 7.3 earthquake. Two reactors at the wrecked Fukushima nuclear plant in Japan began leaking coolant water following last week's magnitude 7.3, indicating that the existing damage at TEPCO Unit 1 and 3 reactors has become worse, according to AP spokesman Keisuke Matsuo. According to Tyler Durden reports, this is on Out of Mind 2. Matsuo said the cooling water level fell as much as 27 inches, that's 70 centimeters, in the primary containment chamber of the Unit 1 reactor and about 30 centimeters, 11 inches, in the Unit 3 reactor. Kindly support my Patreon account since YouTube has again demonetized my YouTube channel. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below. This, of course, is not good news. 27 inches in the first reactor, 11 inches in the Unit 3 reactor. TEPCO was not able to determine any decline in Unit 2 because indicators have been taken out to prepare for the removal of the melted debris, it said. Well, it doesn't mean that there was no leakage from Unit 2, just because they didn't have any indicators. Now, increased leakage could require more cooling water to be pumped into the reactors, which would result in more contaminated water that's treated and stored in the huge tanks at the plant. TEPCO says its storage capacity of 1.37 million tons will be full next summer. A government panel's recommendation that it be gradually released into the Pacific Ocean has faced fierce opposition, as we know, from local residents, and a decision is still pending. They claim that they want to do this because they have no place to store these contaminated the water that's treating the plant. To me, I believe that's just an excuse. Now, the leaking water is believed to have remained inside the reactor complex, as there is no sign of any outside impact, according to Matsuo. A powerful, as we know, 9.1 magnitude earthquake struck off the coast of Fukushima back in March of 2011, and that caused a tsunami which destroyed the plant's exterior generators, causing the 3 reactor cores to melt, dropping nuclear fuel to the bottom of their primary containment vessels and causing a massive explosion, which spewed radioactive material as far as Idaho, where drinking water samples showed traces amounts of nuclear isotopes from the Fukushima disaster. Since the incident, cooling water has been constantly leaking from the damaged primary containment vessels into the basement of the reactor buildings, requiring additional water to be pumped into the reactors to cool the melted fuel, which remains inside of them. The recent drop, though, indicates that more water is leaking following the most recent earthquake, the 7.3 that we had a couple of days back, and according to TEPCO, which initially reported no abnormalities. On Friday, the Tokyo High Court held that the government, as well as TEPCO, are responsible for the 2011 nuclear disaster, ordering that both pay 280 million yen, that's $2.6 million, in compensation to over 40 plaintiffs who were forced to evacuate Chiba, which is an outskirt of Tokyo. The decision reverses a previous ruling by the Chiba District Court, which exempts governments from liability. Judge Yukio Shirai, however, said that the government should have prepared for such a disaster following a long-term assessment of seismic activities conducted in 2002. This is from Natural Blaze and on sources of Zero Hedge, and it's on Out of Mind 2. Please leave your comments, and thank you for your support.